I want you to think about the smartest person you know. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be someone from school who is just insanely gifted, good at everything. All of his teachers love him, and his parents brag about them. Now ask yourself honestly, are they even happy? Like genuinely, deeply, annoyingly happy? I'm gonna guess probably not. And I've been thinking about why that is for a long time. Because it doesn't make sense on paper. Smart people should win more. Smart people should figure out life faster. Smart people should be the ones thriving, right? But in my experience, the happiest people I've ever met weren't the sharpest tools in the shed. I mean that with full respect, by the way. So today, I want to talk about why getting dumber might actually be the move. Okay, so hear me out. I genuinely think, and I've thought about this for a while, that dumb people are happier. Not like, kind of, not slightly, significantly happier. And I know that sounds insane. I know that sounds like something an idiot would say. But stay with me here for a second. Because I think by the end of this, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm actually right. Let's think about it. Think about the smartest person you know, personally. Are they happy? Like, are they actually genuinely happy? Or are they kind of a mess? Because every intelligent person that I've known is kind of a wreck. And I don't think that's a coincidence. So here's the thing, right? The thing that nobody actually talks about actually being smart. Your brain never shuts down. And that's cool in theory. Oh wow, a brain that's always working, that's always thinking. But bro, that's exhausting. That is genuinely one of the most exhausting ways to exist as a human being. Because a normal person, a person who doesn't sit there running 1,000 calculations every second, they can just live. Something happens, they react, they move on, done. Clean, no residue. But if you're an overthinker, if your brain is always on, you don't get that. You get the thing that happened, then you get the analysis of the thing, then you get the second guessing of the analysis, then you get the spiral, and then somehow, it's already 2 a.m. and you're lying in bed thinking about something that someone said to you in 2019 that you can't even fully remember, but it still somehow bothers you. That's the tax of being intelligent. And okay, this is gonna sound like a weird comparison, but Minecraft actually kind of proves my point here. Like, think about the most fun Minecraft sessions you've had with the boys. Was it when you had the perfect plan, or when you mapped everything out already? No, you just press play. Your goal is just to have fun, have good vibes. You find a random cave, something blows up, you almost die, and you're laughing. And then you look up and 4 hours have just passed. The game is more fun when your brain just shuts off. And life is the exact same way. The people who are actually enjoying their lives aren't the ones analyzing it. They're just the ones who are in it. And then there's the expectation thing. Like, bruh. This one actually kind of hurts to talk about. Smart people expect so much from their own lives now. And I get it, I understand where it's coming from. You spend your whole childhood being told that you're gifted and you're special and you're going to do something great. And now your brain has this insane baseline of what your life is supposed to look like. And anything less than extraordinary feels like you've failed. A regular job feels like you settled. A normal, quiet life feels like a waste. But nobody puts those labels on the happy-go-lucky guy. Nobody ever sat him down and said, "You're destined for greatness." And so when he gets a decent job and a nice apartment and some good friends, that's enough. That's actually enough for him. He's not walking around with this massive invisible debt to some imaginary version of himself that he'll never actually become. And honestly, I think about that a lot. Like, which one of those people is actually winning? The one who has everything that society would call impressive, but in reality he actually feels hollow? Or the one that has a genuinely good Wednesday afternoon and goes to sleep feeling satisfied? Because from where I'm standing, that second guy is absolutely killing it. He's living the dream life that everyone I know would kill to have. And nobody is giving him credit for it. And before someone goes to the comments and types, "This is just ignorance is bliss, bro, it's not that serious." Yeah, it's that serious. But here's what bothers me about how people dismiss that idea. We act like ignorance is like a bad thing, or shameful even. Like being unaware is a character flaw. But what if all that awareness is just removing you from your own life? Like what if the more you understand about everything, the less you're actually present for anything? That's a bar, write that down. So there's this thing in physics called the observer effect, where just the act of observing something changes it. And I think that's literally what overthinking does to your life. The more you stand outside of your experience in analyzing it, the less you're actually inside of it having it. Some people just never leave. They're just always inside the moment. Always just here, in the room, in the conversation, not narrating it, not processing it, just existing in it. And those people are so fun to be around. There's something magnetic about someone who's just fully present. And a lot of the time, those aren't even the most quote-unquote impressive people in the room. Can we also talk about the social stuff for a second? Because I think this is actually the most obvious place you'll see it. Smart analytical people are so bad at just being with other people sometimes. And again, not because they're bad people, but because their brain won't stop commentating. For example, you're having a conversation and there's a whole different conversation in your head. You hear thoughts like, what do they mean by that? Do they actually like me, or are they just being polite? Like even I go through that sometimes. You just gotta ask yourself, is this conversation even meaningful, or is this just filler? Like you could be at a party surrounded by people and feel completely alone because your brain won't let you actually land in the room. It keeps you like one step away from everything. But the guy who just shows up and laughs and says whatever comes to mind, and doesn't replay the conversation later, people love that guy. Like he will walk into the room and the energy will shift because he's actually there and he's not pretending to be there. He's not like analyzing everyone in the room. He's just there. There he is. Like the ability to actually exist around people without making it like complicated or awkward, that is a genuine superpower. And we don't call it intelligence, even though it absolutely is. I want to talk about this because I don't want you walking away thinking I'm just telling you to go be an idiot. The stuff we're talking about, the presence, the ease, the ability to laugh without immediately analyzing why you laughed, the ability to just enjoy something without turning it into a lesson, that's not lack of intelligence. That's a skill, a learnable one at that, practical and actual skill. And the crazy thing is, the smartest people never work on it because it doesn't feel productive. You can't track it or optimize it. You can't even put it on a resume. So it just gets completely ignored while they spend all their energy sharpening like the parts of themselves that's already sharp. But meanwhile, the thing that will actually like make their day-to-day life better is the ability to be present, to not make everything so heavy on themselves. And that's the trap. That's the whole trap. You keep getting smarter, more capable, and more accomplished, and somehow more miserable at the same time. And you can't figure out why. The reason is because you're training one muscle your whole life, completely ignoring the other one. But here's the thing, you can be both. You can be sharp and present, driven and grateful for boring ordinary moments. But you actually have to decide to work on it. So yeah, get dumber. Not literally, but like, put the brain down sometimes. Stop narrating your own life, just let it live for a second. Laugh at something stupid without explaining yourself why it's funny. Have a conversation without grading your own performance afterwards. Enjoy a moment without immediately trying to extract a lesson from it. The happiest people aren't the ones who figured it out the most, they're the ones who stopped needing to.